All right guys, so I just uploaded the video failed RTX 3090 repad job. I was reading through some of the comments, lots of good suggestions here, but one guy actually was shined out here. Let's see here. Where was it? Mr. Poser. Try it in Windows. I have the exact same 3090 and I couldn't get it past 107 mega hash. Try these settings: 104 power limit, 1200 memory, whatever's stable for you, and core clock locked at 1230. My XC3 runs 122 mega hash at 308 watts in Windows. I tried it in Hive, still can't get it past 107 to 108. So I don't have the other pads in yet, but I am going to give this a try, Mr. Poser. So I'm about to pull the card out right now. There she is in all her glory. Powering it down. All right, so I had my little backup Windows computer. I actually had this R9 290X, which has a bigger cooler on it than the EVGA 3090 XC3. It's a little bit longer. I thought that was kind of funny. So pulled that bad boy out, slapped in the 3090 in here, because the R9 actually went all the way back to here. Let's see what it'll do. All right guys, so this is the settings I'm running currently. He told me to try 1200 memory, but it crashes out after about a minute. So I have 1153 on the memory, power limit at 102. If I drop that power limit down any, the core clock shoots straight down to like 950 to 1000 megahertz. So it cuts the core clock down a bunch. And right now we're doing 120.3. Memory temperature's at 98, core temperature's at 50. It was earlier, it was stock out of the box, it was doing like 106. If I push any more memory, it will go up to like 121, but then it crashes, it's not stable. If I mess with that core clock at all, it actually kills the core clock. I don't know why. If I go up with it, it actually pushes it up, but it doesn't really help the situation. So 120, 121, I'm feeling pretty good about that, especially since it's running both of these monitors. That means in Hive, if it was deadheading and not running any monitors, potentially this thing could be doing, 121, 122, maybe 123. I mean, that's close enough for me to not even be worrying about it. I've had it running now for, we've had 32 accepted shares. What's that, 23 minutes? No, I don't know. 20 minutes? No, 10 minutes, sorry. We've been running for 10 minutes. I do have the side cover off of this. I got a little fan blowing on it. The fan doesn't really seem to do any difference. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna pull it back out and put it back on Hive and see if I can't get it to run right. Sorry about those notification sounds. I know that triggers everybody in the world, so I'll turn them off on the next one. All right, so before I switch this over on anything, I wanted to show you guys, if you pull power limit down to even 99%, watch the core once I hit apply. 950, 990, barely hold 1000, and then that kills hash rate. It goes from 120 to 118. It's gonna go all the way down to like 105, 106. It just doesn't have enough core. It needs, from what I've been told, you need about 1200 core, 1300 core, give or take, to get full hash rate. And then you just need to pump up your memory. So I tried locking core on Hive, but I suspect it's actually not locking core, because look at the power, 287. That's what we were running on Hive, 280s range. Memory temperature is actually dropping. It's at 96 right now. Yeah, hash rate keeps on going down, 110. But if I try just, 101, for example, watch this, we'll hit apply, and that core is starting to come back. We go to 102. Even more, boom, 12. See, honestly, 1500 is more than we need. And then if you watch it, it's already starting to come back up off of 110. It's at 113. I'll give it a second here. I was gonna try a little bit more memory. Get her like 172, that looks pretty good. very, very odd. So if you have one of these cards and it is on Hive and it's not performing like you want, potentially throwing it on Windows may actually help some things. Now memory temperature is 96. It goes all the way up into 98 range, especially when I'm using the computer while mining. I don't know if that puts any extra load on it or not, but still odd. What do you guys think? Comment down below. I'd love to see your recommendations. So other than that, I'll see you on the next one. Adios. All right, guys, so it's been a few days since I recorded those last clips. I have placed the 3090 back onto Hive. It's on a dedicated motherboard because I want this card to mine at full hash rate. Yeah, I can leave it on Windows, but I use that computer, so then that cuts my hash rate down whenever I'm using it. I want this card to mine. So I put it on there. Now, I'm looking over here. This is not the 3090. This is my friend's rig that I have access to on Hive. This is an EVGA XC3, just like mine, doing 123 mega hash, and the core is 1125, memory is 2600, power limit's 0, and it's pulling 303 watts, okay? So mine, we'll remember that, mine is over here, 3090, it's doing 102 mega hash, the core is at 1400, so let's change it to 1125 to match his, and then memory, he's got his at 2600, and power limit 0. So we'll hit apply, and I can't figure out what's actually different. Mine is Micron GDDR6X. His is Micron GDDR6X. I mean, I think isn't that the only company that makes GDDR6X? I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, changing this will not bring my power limit above that 284. Kind of like I was showing in Windows, I had to run it above 100% to be able to get full hash rate. I have no idea why, but that made me look over here. These power limits are like low, medium, and then high. Well, 366 is the upper limit. If you set it higher than that, it won't actually take, and it'll give you an NVIDIA settings applied with errors. That means your setting didn't go through. All right, guys, so now I booted it back up, and when I set the power limit to 366 watts, which is the max for this card, look at that. It's only burning 313, and we're doing 121.8, and we're only at 2250 on the memory. So I have a little bit of headroom. I could probably push that memory up. I'm gonna run it like this to see how stable it is. But from running it on Windows, because unfortunately inside a Hive, it doesn't show you your memory temperatures. We know that we're not thermal throttling on the memory now because our memory was about 94 to 98 Celsius. And this is actually in a better situation because it's in open air frame right there. So there's actually nothing blocking it to where it'd be building up heat, anything like that. It's just odd that this card I have to put at max power inside of Hive and Windows, whereas other identical cards or identical models, I'm not gonna say all cards are built the same, but they won't. You don't have to do that. So you may be running into this issue. I'm gonna revisit this in a future video after I get some more clarification, because no doubt there's gonna be some people out there that watch this and they're like, wait a second, let me try to turn my power up on my 3090 and see if I get more hash rate. And the crazy part is it's not using that power. It's still, you know, it's still running like you would want it to. So very, very confused with that. I'm gonna go ahead and quit scratching my brain because it's getting to me. So anyway, with that being said, y'all have a good night. I'm out. Peace. Adios. Later.